Hello everyone, this is your master teacher Surabhi from Vedantu. How are you all doing today? So guys, welcome to the second lecture of the chapter, The Making of the National Movement 1870s to 1947. In the last session, हमने पढ़ा था the first phase of the national movement where we looked at the birth of the Indian National Congress, moderates or extremists and partition of Bengal. Right? आज हम second phase of national movement के बारे में पढ़ेंगे and that is when Gandhiji enters Indian politics, right? And how with the entry of Gandhiji, this small movement becomes a mass national movement. Right? क्या क्या movements हुए against the Britishers? What steps did Britishers take to kind of make sure that we are repressed? क्या क्या violent means उन्होंने use किए against us is something that we will be doing today. And of course, at the end of the session, we are going to have a live Menti. So be there till the end and do not miss any of these classes because ये वाला chapter is not only important for your 8th standard but also when you go to your 9th and 10th. If ये वाला chapter आपके दिमाग में clear है, then you will not find it difficult, going ahead. Right? Now, let us look at the homework question for today. But before that, let us quickly introduce myself. My name is Surabhi Gupta and people who do not know me, I have done my bachelor's from Lady Shri Ram College and my master's from Jawaharlal Nehru University, and I teach social studies here at the Vedantu platform for class 6th, 7th and 8th. If you want to follow me, you can also follow me on my Instagram page called surabhi.vedantu. Jaldi se thumbs up de do to show me your attendance and to show your excitement for doing this amazing chapter. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. Alright, let's see how many of you are here. Yes, Parth, we have class at 9 p.m. You're my long-term student. Hi Anurag, hi Tharika. Thank you for being my big fan. I want big fans. Hi Dikshita, hi Shruti, hi क्रेजी सेक्टर, ये क्या नाम है? हाय वर्धन्या, हाय अनिल, थैंक यू, हाय खुशी, हाय अनायका, हाय श्रुति, समर्थ, श्रीतिविक, दीक्षिता, हेलो, हाय अनिल, थैंक यू. Alright, ma'am, can you take separate chapter 7 history Menti? Srishti, I only take class 8 right here on the Young Wonders channel. But don't worry, Sundar sir है ना, and he takes a lot of mentees. Right, you're my old student, but I am such a newborn baby teacher. Why are you so old? Ha, ma'am joke. चरण स्पर्श शौर्या, काफी टाइम बाद आए हो आप. Alright, hi Dikshita, welcome back. Alright, now let us quickly move on to your homework questions. And the homework was, Subhash Chandra Bose क्या moderate थे या radical थे? Swadeshi movement started after the partition of Bengal. Arms Act was passed in 1906. And Subhash Chandra Bose was a radical, which is, he was a radical, not a nationalist, not a moderate, sorry. And Swadeshi movement did start after the partition of Bengal. And let us see how many of you gave the correct answer. Now, before we go into that, one more thing is that मैंने आपसे last session में question पूछा था that who do you agree with more? The moderates who think कि हमको ब्रिटिशर्स से petition लिखने चाहिए, request लिखना चाहिए, and we should try to change their mind, right? And bring reform from within. या फिर radical से extremist जिसने बोला कि नहीं, we need to make a huge, hue and cry, protest rallies, violence करना चाहिए to make sure that the Britishers hear us. Who do you agree with? And I got a lot of amazing comments, and this time I thought, why don't we go to that YouTube page and find out what those comments are? तो जल्दी से जाते हैं उस YouTube page पे. I'm gonna make myself छुटंकू so that we can read your comments. And ये है पुराना वाला वीडियो, जल्दी से देख लो. And ये क्या है ये guys? Come on, give me a thumbs up quickly if you have seen that video and let us look at your comments. सबसे नीचे जाते हैं, देखते हैं सबसे पहला comment किसका था. Alright, so Brinda, the answer is correct. Again, correct. And Joel says, according to me, radicals were correct. But क्यों is the question. Why do you think that? Okay, then we have Debanchana जिन्होंने replay देखा था, and she properly explains कि सुभाष चंद्र बोस जो है, he was a freedom fighter who said that Britishers will not change their policies. He believed that if we plead for independence, it's not like we will get independence. And very good answer. Arms Act was passed in 1878. जो date मैं भी भूल गई थी, so thank you for that. Alright, now this is an interesting answer. According to me, I support the radicals, and I also support Subhash Chandra Bose because he was right. By keeping our mouths shut and by following non-violence, Indians were facing humiliation, torture and discrimination. So we have to fight for our rights, है ना? तो काफी interesting answer है. What do you think? Do you guys agree with Dibanshana? मतलब मॉडरेट्स तो बोल रहे थे लेटर लिखो, पेटिशन लिखो, पर ऐसे फ्रीडम थोड़ी ना मिलती हमको. चारवी भी कह रही थी कि नहीं, रैडिकल्स वर राइट क्योंकि ब्रिटिशर्स वुड नॉट हियर द मॉडरेट्स, राइट. वैभव इज लाइक बिकॉज लातों के भूत बातों से नहीं मानते. अच्छा, लातों के भूत बातों से नहीं मानते. वाह वाह, वैभव ये बोल रहा है. व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक, रैडिकल्स और मॉडरेट्स, हु डू यू थिंक इज करेक्ट? राइट, ओके, लेट्स सी. Radicals were right because new ideas and opinions were encouraged amongst the radicals. काफी radical की तरफ ये सारा common section जा रहा है. It seems that radicals were correct because if Britishers would listen to moderates, then we would not have gotten independence. अच्छा, ये अलग आंसर है. ये बोल रहा है कि two favorite freedom fighters है, गांधी जी and झांसी की रानी. Right, Gandhiji was someone who pleaded for non-violence, and Rani ki Jhansi actually fought against the British. Right. So I think we have, like, the majority of the people said radicals. However, यहाँ पर अनाइका बोलती है कि moderates का भी काफी strong contribution था. So I think there's a lot of debate that we can do on this. Right. अच्छा, लक्ष्मी प्रिया, okay. Okay. है ना? हाँ, तो guys, you know, if you think about it, every person has a part in history. Moderates did their work. What did they do? They actually wrote about how the Britishers were looting us. एक proper rational उन्होंने argument दिया, which was very important. क्योंकि आप अगर ऐसे ही लड़ने लगते हो ना किसी से, तो people will just say, oh, you're being irrational. You do not have a reason to fight with us. But the moderates gave us a foundation on which we kind of built. तो दोनों का अच्छा contribution है towards the freedom movement. However, this brings us to another question. If today in an independent India, right, if we do not like a law, or if we think that the present government is not doing a good job, can we be moderates or should we be radicals? And that is another question I would like you guys to think about, right? चलो उस question को सामने रखते हुए let us move on to the fun fact of today. Did you know that pandas have been a symbol of peace in China? About hundreds of years ago, warring tribes in China would raise a flag with a picture of panda on it to say that भैया we are, you know, हम हार मानते हैं, we want peace. So next time you and your sibling are fighting and एक दूसरे के बाल खींच रहे हो and you are like नहीं और नहीं हो रहा, just draw panda on a page and be like peace, peace. Apparently that's what the symbol of panda means. So very very interesting, and if you like this fact जरूर बता देना आप अपने friends और family को. अच्छा हंसिका ऐसा है क्या? मुझे लगा मैंने सबका ही रीड कर लिया. Okay, let us move on to the chapter. Mahatma Gandhi ji enters India, and this is where we are going to begin the second phase of the national movement, जिसको हम Gandhian phase भी बोलते हैं, है ना? तो Gandhi ji was born on the 2nd of October 1869 at Porbandar in Gujarat. He grew up in quite a well-to-do family and he went to England to study law. After that, South Africa में उनको नौकरी मिली and he continued working there and stayed there for 20 years. Now, initially, he had nothing against the British. He was totally fine with British rule in India. But when he lived in South Africa, तो वहाँ पर he had to face something called apartheid. He was removed from the first class train, thrown out of the train only because he was not white. He was an Indian, and that was when he realized कि कैसे Indians को, कैसे blacks को second class citizens की तरह treat किया जाता है. And that is when he realized that I need to become the leader of the movement against the British. तो उन्होंने काफी सारे, you know, he did a lot of different experiments in South Africa, but then he came to India where he emerged as a mass leader. Mass leader मतलब for the entire population, Gandhi ji became a symbol of independence, right? तो साउथ अफ्रीका में he did a lot of non-violent marches against racist discrimination या apartheid, and he kind of got very popular at the national and international level. So when he came back to India, and अगर आपने कोई भी national movement related movie देखी है तो उसमें आप देखोगे that Gandhiji is getting out of the plane and there's this huge group of people who are, including Nehru, who's standing there ready to kind of, welcome Gandhiji. He became that popular. Right now, when Gandhiji came to India, he could have said कि चलो movement शुरू करें. I will be the leader of the Indian National Congress. He could have said that, but no. He said that to fight the British, to fight for the people, I have to understand India first, right? तो पूरा देश ऐसे, he went around villages to villages, trying to understand people and trying to understand their problems. Now, a very small peasant, a farmer, went to Gandhiji and said that please come to my village and look at the plight of the indigo farmers. Look at what they are going through. And that is when he went to the small village of Champaran in Bihar. Right? और वहाँ पर उन्होंने indigo farmers के लिए काफी लड़ाई की. Then he also went to Kheda and Ahmedabad where he started small movements, for example, for cotton mill workers. And वहाँ पर he received success and popularity of the local people. Right? Now, Gandhiji's method of fighting was very different. He believed in something called Satya plus Agrah. Satyagrah. मतलब appeal to the truth. He said that if we appeal to the truth, there is no one who can defeat us, right? And how can we appeal to the truth? Through two tools, truth and non-violence. सच्चाई और non-violence के through, we can make sure that we appeal, to the Britishers. All right. Anyone else? All right. Next is the Roulette Satyagrah. Now, guys, 1919 में, as something that we've done earlier also, civics में, 1990 में the government passed the Roulette Act, according to which anyone who criticized the government or who rebelled against the British government could be put in jail without a warrant for 2 years. Right? Now, of course, this act was something जो हमारे freedom fighters, nationalists stood up against, saying that this curtails their freedom of speech and expression. Gandhiji launched a satyagrah against the Roulette Act, saying that our freedom of speech and expression is curtailed and police power is strengthened होती है. Police can today put me in jail just because I'm wearing a red t-shirt saying that red t-shirt is against the British government, or just because I'm sweating and running saying तुम sweat कर रहे हो जरूर तुमको चोरी करके आए हो, right? So there is no, because I am not given a chance to prove myself innocent or guilty. So a lot of people came together and criticized the act. This was also one act where Hindus and Muslims came together. So Mahatma Gandhi and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who had founded the Muslim League, है ना, दोनों साथ में आए and criticized this tyrannical मतलब very strong, negative, devilish act. In April 1919, there was a lot of movements around the country that kind of started against the Roulette Act. फिर जलियांवाला बाग इंसिडेंट हुआ जिसके बारे में all of us already know how a group of women, men and children were harmed even though they carried no weapons by General Dyer, और उसको हम बोलते हैं जलियांवाला बाग massacre because a lot of people were killed without much warning, right? And that brought people together. So what exactly was Jallianwala Bagh massacre? On 13th of April 1999, it was Baisakhi, and some people had gathered there for the Baisakhi celebration. Others had come together to talk about how two people had gotten arrested under the Roulette Act. तो बहुत ही peaceful protest था. But उस time there was a memo that had also come out saying that public gatherings are not allowed. People, however, did not know about it. Right? So वहाँ के जो British officer थे, General Dyer, he and his officers came. He got the Maiban door locked, that was the entry and exit of the Bagh, and he ordered his troops to shoot at the unarmed people. Now remember, he did not want them. He could have said that please go home, you're not allowed to be there, and thousands of people were killed. And this incident led to a national outcry. Right? Well, right, yes, General O. Dyer is correct. Roulette Act ऋतु होता है that you can be put in jail if under any crime if you have said something or done something against the British government. Yes, we have a picture of the Jallianwala Bagh जो आप Google कर सकते हो. 1915 को गांधी जी, आदित्य. Alright, now Khalafat movement and the non-cooperation movement. एक और चीज हुई थी and that is the Khalafat agitation. What is the Khalafat agitation? In 1920, okay, first of all you have to understand First World War हुआ था, ठीक है? तो इन द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर द ब्रिटिशर्स एंड एक साइड पे ब्रिटिशर्स थे, दूसरे साइड पे जर्मनी, ऑटोमन एम्पायर जिसको हम टर्की बोलते हैं आज, ये लोग थे. सो दीज जर्मनी डिफीटेड द अदर ग्रुप. कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, ये आप 9th स्टैंडर्ड 10th स्टैंडर्ड में पढ़ोगे. फॉर नाउ ओनली नो दैट ऑटोमन एम्पायर और टर्की वाज डिफीटेड. नाउ टर्की वाज देन रूल्ड बाय द खलीफा and Khalifa is considered to be the leaders of certain Muslim groups, है ना. तो जब खलीफा को डिफीट किया गया, then some of the territory of Khalifa was taken away by the victors. This was seen as a humiliating, act against the Khalifa, against the Ottoman Empire. और इंडिया में जो मुस्लिम्स थे वो भी काफी परेशान थे कि ये हमारे लीडर्स के साथ क्या हो रहा है. So the Khalafat movement was launched by Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, who said that we need to, tell the Britishers कि अपनी जो treaty है against the people who got defeated in the First World War, especially the Ottoman Empire, उसको थोड़ा, they need not be so strict, right? They need to be a little flexible and let our Khalifa live in a dignified manner, right? उसके साथ साथ गांधी जी ने एक नॉन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट भी लॉन्च किया. नाउ वन क्वेश्चन दैट कम्स अप हियर इज व्हाई वर दीज टू मूवमेंट्स लॉन्च्ड टुगेदर? एनीथिंग? एनीवन वांट्स टू गेस? Why were these two movements, why was the Khalifat or the Khalafat movement and the non-cooperation movement launched together? यूनिटी. हाँ अनायका, पर किसकी यूनिटी? वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. किसकी यूनिटी? टू प्रेशराइज ब्रिटिशर्स. यूनिटी इज पावरफुल बट हुज यूनिटी? कम ऑन, थिंक. पार्टीशन में ऑफ बंगाल में व्हाट वर द ब्रिटिशर्स ट्राइंग टू डू? यस, गुड, very good. So partition of Bengal mein, the Britishers were trying to separate Hindus and Muslims and they were a little bit successful क्योंकि उसके बाद Muslim League was formed, है ना? Muslim League was formed. But Gandhiji, by trying to bring both the Khalafat movement and non-cooperation movement together, were trying to unite the Hindus and the Muslims against the British. Right? So non-cooperation movement क्या था? Gandhiji said that non-cooperation is all about not cooperating with the British, not buying British goods, right? Not going to their colleges, not doing English education. Just stop cooperating with these Firangis who have come to India. Right? So that started in 1921-22. The students left government-controlled schools and colleges. Lawyers like Motilal Nehru, Asaf Ali gave up their practices. British titles were surrendered and legislators boycotted. People lit public bonfires, for foreign cloth. So Gandhiji said that if we stop buying their clothes, if we stop using their institutions, they are going to break down. Right? So in Kheda, Gujarat, Patidar, peasants organized non-violent campaigns against high revenue demand of the British. Gandhiji का non-violence was something that Gandhiji wanted to teach the people. तो काफी जगह non-violence हुआ. Coastal Andhra और interior Tamil Nadu में liquor shops were picketed. Picketed मतलब looted, and that is because most of the alcohol came from abroad. Bengal में Khilafat non-cooperation alliance brought together the Hindus and the Muslims. In Punjab, the Akali agitation of the Sikhs sought to remove the corrupt mahants. Now mahants जो गुरुद्वारा में कुछ होते हैं लोग, उनको हम mahants बोलते हैं. They got corrupted because of the British, coming of the British. उनके against पंजाब में काफी बड़ा movement हुआ. Right? Now people started looking at Gandhiji as a public figure, as a messiah, as someone who had come directly from heaven on earth, trying to bring unity and trying to remove poverty and misery in the country. गांधी जी इतना कुछ नहीं कर रहे थे. गांधी जी ने एक मूवमेंट स्टार्ट किया था, बट लोगों की आंखों में गांधी जी भगवान बन गए थे. राइट? गांधी जी ओनली वांटेड, he was only focused on bringing class unity. That is, he only wanted to bring the country together. right? He wanted zamindars, peasants to forget about their disunity. He wanted the lower caste and upper caste to forget कि वो अलग अलग caste के हैं, women and men to forget कि वो अलग अलग gender के हैं. He wanted people to come together united against the British, right? But as you know, a lot of lower caste said that no, till the time you don't accept us as equal, why should we fight against the British when you are our enemy? And a lot of peasants, tribal said that zamindars are our enemy. Right, so this conflict within the national movement will continue for now, and what happens later is something that we will do in the next class. ठीक है? Right. हिंदी एग्जाम और 1 दिसंबर सैड क्यों है? एग्जाम तो सबको देना होता है. Alright, so this is the story till here. Let us understand what we have done till now. तो guys, अगर शुरू से हम लोग देखें तो ये वाले चैप्टर में what are the important dates is something that I will be telling you in the next chapters, in the next session. So be there for that, for the summary part. But for in this session, we looked at the Gandhian phase of the national movement. How Gandhiji के आने के बाद instead of localized छोटी छोटी जगह पे जो movements हुए थे, it started becoming a national movement. We read about two major movements. First is the Roulette Act, उसके against जलियांवाला बाग, and then we have the Khalafat agitation and the non-cooperation movement that started in 1921-22. Right? This chapter is gonna have 3 sessions. Yes, Gandhian era. Alright. Now, before we go on to the Menti, everyone, I have been telling you for a long time now, Vedantu Mega Scholarship Admission Test शुरू हो गया है. So for a lot of you who want to join Vedantu and do not want to give money for it, please आप ये वाला test दे दो, है ना? Scholarship ले आओ. Not only scholarship, you will also be getting Apple iPad, Kindle, both Airdobes and Vedantu bags. For 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard, this is the syllabus: general science, general maths, and mental ability and data reasoning. आप please VMSAT 21, नीचे आपके पास link है, which you can continue giving from 17 till 22nd December. It's gonna happen every Wednesday 8 PM. अच्छा, you got 306 rank. Come on, Parth, you can do it again and get a better rank, है ना? कर लो, आ जाओ और फ्री में पढ़ लो, जिनको भी फ्री में पढ़ने का मन है. Right? Another thing is if you want to still join the Vedantu platform right now, because अभी भी काफी syllabus बचा है, revision बचा है पूरे term 1 term 2 के course का, then do remember that the link is in the description box below, and if you use my coupon code SUGPRO, you only have to pay for 15 days but you get a trial for 30 days. Right? तो आपको सिर्फ 900 रुपीज में ऑलमोस्ट, आप देख लेना कितना है एग्जैक्ट अमाउंट में, SST, साइंस, मैथ्स और इंग्लिश पढ़ाया जाएगा, एंड यू विल बी गिवन ऑल योर डाउट्स विल बी सॉल्व, यू विल बी गिवन लाइव लेक्चर्स एंड माइक्रो कोर्सेज, काफी चीजें अवेलेबल है. तो अगर आप सोच रहे हो बहुत टाइम से ज्वाइन करने के लिए, अभी ज्वाइन कर लो और मेरे बैच में आ जाओ, बिकॉज वी आर लेफ्ट विद अ लॉट ऑफ टर्म 2 सिलेबस एंड अ लॉट ऑफ रिविजन. ठीक है? Alright, let us move on to Menti. www.menti.com. Your code is 57263272. आ जाओ. 57263272. वाह Shavya, that's so sweet. Five 57263272. हाँ, पानी पी लेते हैं हम पानी. Alright, people who are here, quickly thumbs up दे दो and आगे बढ़ते हैं. What is the Morley-Minto reform? करेंगे 1909 वाला इंडियन काउंसिल एक्ट है, we'll do that also, I think. So guys, normally on YouTube we don't do everything in a lot of detail, but we try to do as much as we can, but class में हम अच्छी तरह पढ़ा देते हैं. Right? Can we begin? You are leaf, okay? मैम आप सिविक्स करा रहे हो? हाँ, मैं सिविक्स, हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी सब करा रही हूँ. मैम you did not ask any hobby. Why should I ask hobby? So you are a penguin. Why did Muslim League form? Very good question, Aditya. क्योंकि जब पार्टीशन ऑफ बंगाल हो रहा था तो a lot of people protested against it. You know about it, right? स्वदेशी movement आया. However, the Indian Muslim League were a group of Muslims who believed कि Muslims को चाहिए special representation. You know that in India, in Indian National Congress, Muslims were not being given enough importance. So people like Muhammad Jinnah came together and they made the Indian Muslim League, जिनका main aim था to have a separate electorate for Muslims. That means जो constituency होती है ना, only Muslims should be allowed to vote and only Muslim candidates should stand for elections. So that is what they wanted. Right. हाँ, fun question अनाया को आएगा. मेंटी में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गई थी, but it's gonna come soon. Don't worry. Alright. Now we are going to start with the very first question. The slogan "Freedom is my birthright and I shall have it" किसने शुरू किया था? बिपिन चंद्रपाल, सरोजनी नायडू, लाला लाजपत राय या बाल गंगाधर तिलक? This question actually is a question from the like वो वाला topic that we had done yesterday, like in the last class. Come on. Why did Gandhiji only follow non-violence? Because Hansika, he believed that non-violence and one more non-violence like is one tool through which you can bring the enemy to their knees without losing your own consciousness. Yes, बाल गंगाधर तिलक is correct. मतलब मैंने हिंट भी दिया, ऐसे मैंने बाल गंगाधर तिलक, I said his name in that way, but okay. All right. We have Shreya who's the fastest and on top. Then we have Narayan, Tata Yo, Vaibhav, Pankha number 1, Maithili, Shruti, Madhura, Rudra, Hansika and Aditi on top of the leaderboard. Question number 2 is, the Indian who renounced his knighthood after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre was Subhash Chandra Bose, Rabindranath Tagore, Abindranath Tagore या भगत सिंह? बहुत ही famous English poet भी है who said that because of the Jallianwala Bagh he was given a knighthood because of the way he wrote. You know, his English was amazing, but उन्होंने बोला नहीं चाहिए मुझे आपका knighthood, ले लो आप वापस, इसका दाल बनाओ. Okay, I could be wrong, but I think that's the person. Because even I am wrong sometimes. Okay, I'm not always right. Alright, the answer is I was right. Rabindranath Tagore. पढ़ा होगा आपने उनके बारे में इंग्लिश में. Alright, let us look at the leaderboard. And we have Pratiksha who's the fastest, but Narayan, Shruti, Madhura, Anayika, Hansika, Aditi, Archana, Pokemon who thinks I'm the best, and Aditya on top. Alright. Question number 3. Ready ho? Ready ho? Yes, Geetanjali was written by him. Rishikesh. True. Right. The leaders of Khalafat agitation was Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. True or false? बहुत ही ये वाला क्वेश्चन तो लड्डू क्वेश्चन है गाइस. कम ऑन, ऐसे थाली में रख के आपको दिया जा रहा है. Time is up. Think. What happened? Okay, it was true, but पता नहीं कुछ हो गया था बीच में मेंटी को. We have Narayan on top, then we have Pratiksha, Madhura, Anayika, Archana, Pokemon, Vaibhav, Pankha number 1, who's the fastest also. Samarth, Amarnath, class 5 student, Wow, and Aditya on top of the leaderboard. Alright, thank you, Diya. You also look cute. Acha, you will cry? Don't cry, it's okay. Dash was the first movement successfully led by Gandhiji in India. Champaran movement, Natal movement, Quit India movement और पंजाब movement. इंडिगो फार्मर्स के लिए उन्होंने ये लड़ाई लड़ी थी एक छोटे से विलेज में बिहार में. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Easy question. Time is up. And हो क्या रहा है ये? क्या हो रहा है? क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? मेंटी धोखा दे रहा है. मेंटी बेवफा है. Right, I am hoping at least the leaderboard comes correct. So Champaran movement was the answer to that question, and I think leaderboard is working, but somehow that is not working. Alright, we have Narayan, Anayika, Madhura, Archana, Pokemon who thinks I'm the best, Pratiksha, Samarth, Amarnath, Vaibhav and Brinda on top. Alright. Final question of the day. Are you ready? Ready? Question number 5 is Jallianwala Bagh जो massacre था, where did it take place? 1919, 1921, 1924 or 1917? When did it take place? Where नहीं when? Quickly, quickly. All right. हाँ वैभव, मुझे भी जानना है कितने आए तुम्हारे VM साथ में, बता दो. Right, ma'am, when will I win? Monday. Yes, 1919 is correct. All right. Let us look at the leaderboard and who is the winner of leaderboard for today. Pokemon was the fastest. ऊपर आने से कुछ points से पीछे रह गए. Narayan today is I think for the very first time on top of the leaderboard for my class. So congratulate everyone. Narayan, jealous mat ho. Do let him know how great he has done because ये वाला chapter easy नहीं है. Right? Alright, now before you go, please click on the homework for today. You have to tell us who are the leaders of the Khalafat movement. When did Gandhiji come to India? Where did he come from in 1915? These are the 2 homework questions for the day. Ow, phone gir gaya niche, I can't see your chat anymore. So guys, if you want to follow me, you can also follow my Instagram page and the Telegram group for more notifications about the Young Wonders channel. This is your master teacher Survi signing out. Thumbs up dena mat bhulna, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and of course share this video with your friends. Bye bye, have a great day.